So today I'm going to be talking about longevity and lifespan and health span. And I'm going to be talking to the founder of one of my favorite companies, which is Rejuvenated. Hello, Catherine Danzy.
Hi, Glynis. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. And I'm so happy to have you here on Ageless because Rejuvenated is one of my favorite companies. And I just want to describe it to people. So Rejuvenated makes supplements, but it's different. It's not your normal supplement company. First of all, it's a small family-run business, but all their products are not just one supplement. They're an amalgamation of supplements uh, to create a very specific thing. You know, they target very specific things. The first product I found in this company, which is how I got to know them, was collagen shots, which is an amazing collagen supplement, and it's the one that I use. But Catherine, I know that when you started Rejuvenated, you know, we've spoken before, um, you have a mission at Rejuvenated, which is all to do with longevity and health span. So can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Definitely. First of all, my parents both died at a young age. I say young age, they were 67, but they were very vital. They were full of life. You know, they really had a lot of go about them. But all too often nowadays, people die of degenerative diseases. And I thought it was such a loss for us. And I thought, are there ways that we could find that we could avoid these diseases, such as arthritis, Alzheimer's, heart disease, and so on. So I started on a quest as a mission, really, to look for different ways that we could help to prevent the diseases. And it was in 2003 that we actually formulated Rejuvenated, looking for various ways. And we used supplements because I've always been involved in the beauty industry as well. But we overlaid supplements in our treatments. And all the time we were researching for different ways that, would be helpful. And it was in 2010 that we actually released collagen shots, which you've just mentioned.
Yeah.
And it was done for a reason because we realized that women understood collagen. And it was a way that we could introduce them to the idea of taking a supplement. Because back in those days, doctors would say, well, what you eat doesn't matter. It didn't seem important. And now it's the forefront of health, isn't it? What we eat, what we consume. And collagen and the second product that we did, hydration, well, it's so important because collagen strengthens all our connective tissue, the muscles, the joints, the ligaments. It's in our digestive system, even our heart and brain, apart from our skin. So that was always really important to keep the bones strong, the muscles strong. But the hydration was important too, because if cells are properly hydrated, they don't deteriorate in the same way. So healthy hydrated cells help to protect us for longevity. And they stimulate an enzyme called ATP, which actually gives us more energy and we feel more vibrant. So that was sort of where we started.
Catherine, can I just stop you there? Because when you say hydration, so you have a supplement for hydration, and I know people will saying, well, I can just drink a glass of water. So how is your supplement different to drinking a glass of water?
Water is so important, but not everybody can drink 8 glasses a day. I'm not particularly good for it, I have to be honest. And so, what the hydration drinking has in it is electrolytes. And what the electrolytes do is help to pass the water through the gut wall into the bloodstream and into the cells. So, it helps to create healthy hydration levels within the cell. So, if the cells are fully hydrated, they do function better. Now, with water, water doesn't flow through the gut wall quite so well. And if you drink a lot of water, very often you feel as though you're bloated. I've even had it before where I can feel water sloshing. So drinking it with electrolytes actually helps that transmission into the cells essentially.
So were those your first two products?
Yes, they were, but they
Collagen
were.
shots and hydration. And I know you've brought out so much since then. So um, all the ones that you've dedicated in particular to living a long and importantly a healthy life, really improving one's health span, what products have you brought out for that specifically?
Oh, crikey. But everything does. Everything we focus on cellular health because if the cells are healthy, that healthy and youthful, then the body is more healthy and youthful. And what we talk about, and I know you'll have probably mentioned it before, is the biological age and the chronological age.
Right.
It's like we've got a good balance between us, haven't we? There's a few numbers there. But so it's like I'm 67. I'm never going to be 65 again, but my body can act younger. So that's your biological age. So all the products that we have are focused on reducing the biological age. But the one that was really quite groundbreaking that we brought out, I think 2020, is Regenerate.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as we get older, as we know, everything starts to slow down a little bit. And the energy levels within the actual cell starts to slow down too. So what Regenerate has in it is an ingredient called NMN, which actually, well, it's nicotinamide mononucleotide. It actually switches on the energy levels within the cell again. But it's combined with other ingredients too, because what happens is certain elements of the cell can start to break down, but naturally in our body we have some proteins that can actually, like, do you know what I mean by Pac-Man? Sort of gobble it up. Do you know the old
Yeah, yeah.
what gobbles it up? It's got key ingredients in there that actually stimulates these proteins within the cells that help to mop up the damaged parts. So one part of it is actually reactivating the energy side of the cells, but then also we've got this part, well, other ingredients that actually help to clear out the bad elements within the cells. And the two need each other to interact. It's like the proteins, they're actually called sirtuins, need an element called NAD within the cells. So by getting them working together, it's they synchronize with each other, I suppose, is the way to put it. So
And it helps to stimulate the production of NAD, doesn't it?
yeah, yes, it does. Yes.
Now, NAD is a big buzzword, if you like, at the moment. Everybody's getting NAD infusions.
Yeah.
And, you know, I went to, about a year ago, I went to a big health show and they were giving NAD infusions. And I've never had one in my life. And I had one. Do you know, I didn't do very well with it. It makes you very dizzy and it can make you feel a bit sick. And because I'd never had one before, I wasn't used to it. They had to go at a snail's pace with me, and I felt dizzy and lightheaded and a bit sick. So obviously I didn't manage to, and I thought, gosh, it's so much easier to just take Regenerate, I have to say.
Definitely.
And it was expensive as well.
I can imagine. Yeah.
But I know a lot of people who are doing it. So it is a big thing because NAD, they're saying, is the fountain of youth.
Yes.
It's naturally occurring in our body and all our cells, isn't it?
Yes.
As you say, with age, everything just begins to decline and diminish.
Exactly. Yes. Apart from the grey hairs.
Yes. Yeah, so I have to say, Regenerate is a particular favorite of mine. It is a very powerful product. So let's just talk more about health span. I mean, what do you think is important to have that? Because that's the other thing everybody's talking about. It's not just about living a long life, it's about living a long, healthy life. Because what's the point of just living if you're going to be sick? And that's absolutely true. So what do you think is important?
There's so many aspects, isn't there? They do say that typically we spend the last 10 to 15 years dying. Medical science is fantastic at keeping us alive, but then, as you say, the actual health span is nobody wants to live in pain. Obviously, diet, the Mediterranean diet is so important. Exercise is sort of like so many different approaches. And exercise will keep us, particularly weight bearing exercise, will keep us strong. And funny enough, I was reading a study this morning because I think people sometimes think, oh, I'm getting too old to lift weights. You never are. It's, you know, it starts small. It's so important because you need the structure, the physical structure to be able to carry your body about. But it also gives you a better posture. So weights are so important. Sorry, I was just going to say, I read a study this morning that said to exercise in your 50s and 60s, strength bearing exercises, will even help support you through your 70s. So it's protecting now, but it will also continue to protect later in the future. So that's so important. Sleep is so important. And I think we're very much of the generation where it was, you know, you just work all the hours you can.
Yeah.
Whereas sleep and relaxation is essential, as is mindfulness.
Yeah.
So very important to be able to just switch off. And it doesn't have to be for hours. Just 5 minutes or so slow breathing, just focusing on your breath it will do so much for you.
It really does. I mean, I talk about breathing and you know, meditation quite a lot, and I use breathing a lot myself, and it's incredible the calming effect it has on your body, because of course stress is another huge aspect, and actually you do a really good product for that. Is it cellular calm?
The other
Cellular
calm.
calm, yes, very, very nice. Yes, I'm actually using that at the moment, and I really, really like it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've had an absolutely frenetic month, and I really do feel it's helped keeping me going, because it is, you know, it gets a little overwhelming and stressful when you're doing so much. It becomes quite overwhelming, doesn't it?
It can do,
Yeah.
definitely.
So yeah, I really I hadn't used it before, so I just actually tried that one recently. So you tell us about cellular calm. Why is it so good? What's it got in it?
But when we started to do it, as I say, everything's about the cells, and that's why it's called cellular calm complex. It's got the calming ingredients, so it helps to calm the mind, still the mind. But when we're stressed, it actually the cells find it very difficult to cope with it because they need more energy. So it also has ingredients in that provides energy to the cells so that they can actually deal with the crisis. And you're not damaging the cells in the same way. So, but the good thing is it doesn't keep you awake. So it's a non-drowsy formula, but equally it doesn't keep you awake. So you can take it at any time of day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I usually take it sort of in the morning or
Yeah.
lunchtime anyway. Um, yeah, so that's, you know, so many of your products do that, where you put energy into the cells. I mean, they all work on such a cellular level. And it's just so interesting. It's not like you do a vitamin C or a vitamin B. You always do this combination of ingredients to achieve that. So what else do you think would be useful towards, you know, general health, improving that health span? What else do you have?
Do a supplement called Reset, and it helps to reset. When I say reset the metabolism, it helps to boost the metabolism to a healthy level, but it has ingredients that help to balance the blood sugar level because blood sugars are so important as
Yeah.
well. So, and it leads to heart disease. You know, people become diabetic, it leads to heart
Yes.
disease and so on.
Yeah.
Our body is made to eat natural foods, and the ingredients that we have are from natural plants, sort of like mulberry leaf, ginastema. Ginastema is a herb from China, and they actually call it the herb of longevity. All these ingredients are in Reset. So not only do they help to keep the metabolism healthy, help to keep blood sugars healthy, it helps to strengthen the bones. So the more they find out about ingredients, the more I think,
Does it
wow,
speed up your metabolism? Help you lose weight?
yes, that
Is
is
it?
research. And we have typically people lose about 4 pounds over a month if they do nothing different. But the
Really?
wonderful thing about it is you tend to lose the fat. So you get a better body definition. It reshapes. What I found was it gave me my waist back post-menopause.
Wow. Is there anything else you can think of that, I mean, what do you take? Do you take all of your own products?
Pretty much everything. I
Do
do take
you?
pretty much everything. Yes, I do.
So we've talked about collagen shots, and of course, as you said, collagen is so important,
Mm,
and also for our skin, you
yeah.
know, and and our joints and absolutely everything, and hydration. So hydrating on a cellular level, the cellular calm, and the reset. So that's four great products. I know you've got quite a. Is there anything else that you think for just for general health, just not a specific problem, but just for your general health that you can think of?
I love my protein smoothie. It's organic pea protein. I have it every morning, but
Yeah.
I take my supplements I take with it, but I put my collagen in it, I put my hydration in it, put organic frozen berries in, just whip it up.
And what
But
liquid do you use?
sometimes water, I like oat milk. I do like, I'm not keen, I'm not against dairy at all. And I think dairy, grass-fed meat and things are really making.
Very nutritious. Have you ever tried it with Greek yogurt instead of milk?
Oh, I couldn't do, I'd have to have Greek yogurt
That would
and
make it like a milkshake.
yeah, and water, wouldn't I? It's funny enough because interestingly, I've bought some full fat milk to try because I thought I don't like skim milk in my tea. So I thought I've bought some full fat milk to try because of the vitamins A, D, and K.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why as much as anything. But I haven't done it yet. So we will see. I like almond
I'd be
milk.
tempted to try it with Greek yogurt and make a thick shake.
Mm.
But anyway, so you have your protein mix, and what kind of protein do you use?
It's organic pea protein.
Right. That's a very
But
good.
it's got medium chain triglycerides in it, green tea, glucosamine, and inulin. So it's really good for your gut health as
Is
well.
inulin what you use to sweeten it with?
No, it's funny enough, inulin's also in H3O
Isn't
high.
that chicory root?
Yes, it's
Yeah, yeah, because they sometimes use chicory root as a sweetener, but it's
yeah,
very good for you. It's very high in fiber and everything. Do you use a sweetener in it?
stevia. There's a little bit
Yeah,
of stevia.
yeah, yeah. Which is nothing wrong with a bit of stevia,
Mm.
despite what people say. It really is, yeah, fine. Well, absolutely fantastic. I mean, as I said, I'm a huge fan of your products, and I think I've probably got every single one. I think I'm going to go and see if I've got some reset because I definitely want to give that a try.
Oh,
Um,
brilliant.
okay, so well, thank you so much. Are there any parting words you'd like to say about general health or taking the supplements or anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, just take it a step at a time, be gentle and kind to yourself because I think too many people beat themselves up and
Yeah.
it's just embracing things a step at a time.
And also, if look, I've always been a supplement taker, so I love taking supplements, but a lot of people don't. And you can just start with one thing, the one thing that resonates with you and that you think you need. So if you're going to do that, you don't have to take everything.
Yeah.
Uh, just as you say, small steps. And I honestly do believe that they make a huge, huge difference to your health. I'm a firm believer in supplements, so I think there's a lot to be said for them. So thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about all that. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
You, Glynis, it's been an absolute pleasure.